So we have seen these things. So there is one more type of set you have. So there is one more type of set. Now that is called as a frozen set, right? So there is one more type of set, and that is called as a frozen set here. So there is a frozen set. So what is this frozen set? There is a frozen set here. Okay, frozen set. Again, if you're talking about this, frozen set is an immutable set. It is an immutable set. But set is a mutable. Okay, set is a mutable, but when it comes to frozen set, this frozen set is called immutable set. Means after creating frozen set, we cannot do any changes. After creating frozen set, we cannot do any changes because frozen set is what? Immutable set. It is not mutable, it is immutable. Set is immutable, but frozen set is what here? Immutable. So what is the use of frozen set is? Now frozen set is used to define, frozen set is used to define nested sets. Nested set. I cannot write a set inside a set. So here I cannot write a set inside a set. I cannot write a set inside a set. For example, I write one set. Inside the set, I cannot write another set. If I'm writing 1, 2, 3, if I'm writing 1, 2, 3, so 4, 5, 6. If I'm writing like this, inside the set, I've tried to write how many sets here? 2 sets. So 1, 2, 3 is one set and 4, 5, 6 is what? Another set. But inside the set, I cannot write the sets. If you are trying to write the sets inside the set, so immediately it given what? Error. Because inside the set, you can add only which types? Hashable types. But set is a mutable and mutable is not hashable. Okay, set is a mutable and mutable is not hashable. So I cannot add a set inside a set. So nested sets, you cannot write it. But if you want to write a nested set, means if you want to write a set inside a set, the inner set must be defined as what? Frozen set. If you want to define a set inside a set, you have to write the inner set as what here? Frozen set. So here type error, unhashable type called which one here? Set. So I cannot write a set inside a set. Now this is one set and this is another set, but this gives an error. In order to define nested sets or set within the set, so this is given error here. So in order to define set inside a set, the inner set must be which one here? Frozen set. Okay, because frozen sets are immutable and immutables are hashables. Okay, frozen set, frozen sets are immutable and immutables are hashables here. Okay, immutables are hashables, right? So frozen sets are immutable and immutables are hashable. Okay. So if you want to define a frozen set, then how to create a frozen set? So here you don't use any symbol for creating frozen set. If you want to create a frozen set, you are using frozen set type, frozen set, and it followed by what here? Iterables. What is the syntax of writing the frozen set is? This is a syntax of writing the frozen set. You are trying to write frozen set and it followed by which one? Iterables. So this is a syntax, frozen set, and followed by which one here? Iterable. And you can also create an empty frozen set. You can also create empty frozen set by just writing frozen set. Now this represents what here? Empty frozen set. And if you want to convert other iterables into the frozen set, you are trying to use frozen set type. So you cannot write sets inside the set. But if you want to write a set inside a set, the inner set must be which type? Frozen set type. The question is, what is the difference here? What is the difference between set and frozen set? So frozen set is also set, but only one difference is there. Okay, only one difference is there. So this is a set, and this is what here? Frozen set. So set is mutable. Set is mutable collection, but frozen set is immutable. Okay, set is mutable collection and frozen set is immutable collection. Okay, set is not hashable and frozen set is hashable. Set cannot be represented as inner set, but frozen set can be represented as what here? Inner set. Now this is some differences between the set and what is a frozen set. And you are trying to create a frozen set not using any symbol. Now here the type name is a set class. Okay, set class. A type is used for representing, okay, set object, and frozen set class is used so for creating, okay, or for representing frozen set object, for representing frozen set object. So if you want to represent frozen set object, you are representing frozen set object by using frozen set class or data type. The name of the class itself is a frozen set. The name of the class itself is what here? Set. Set is the name of the class. Frozen set is the name of the class or type. Set class or type is used for representing set object, and frozen set class is used for representing which object? Frozen set object. So that is where you find the difference between set and frozen set. Now, you are trying to create S1 equal to frozen set. Now, this is called as an empty frozen set. If I'm trying to write type of S1, S1 is a class of which one? Frozen set. And this is empty. But after creating a frozen set, I cannot perform operations like add. After creating frozen set, I cannot add it. If I'm trying to write S1 dot add, so what is the value I'm adding? 10. Then immediately it gives an error. What is this error here? Attribute error. Frozen set object has no attribute called which one? Add. Why? Because frozen set is immutable. Now I can write s2 dot add. If I'm writing s2 dot add, now this 10 is added to what? Set. But frozen set is which one? Immutable. Now you cannot add it. After creating, you cannot add it. After creating, you cannot add it. If you are trying to add it, it will try to generate the error. So here it is given error saying that, okay, frozen set is not having, frozen set is not having any method called which one? Add. Frozen set is not having any method called which one? Add. If you are trying to write s1 dot add 10, so frozen set doesn't have any method. See, it is given which error here? Attribute error. It is given which error? Attribute error. Frozen set object has no attribute called which one? Add. So there's no attribute called which one? Add, right? So you are trying to add it by using a method called which one? Add. S1 dot add 10, it is given error, but S2 dot add, is it given any error? No. Now I said frozen set, you can use it to represent set of sets. So you can create frozen set from existing iterables. I'm trying to write like this. Frozen set of range of 10 comma some 60 comma 10. Now this is a frozen set consists of how many values? 5 values. In the same way, I can write a frozen set with a range of, okay, I can create a frozen set by using the set also. So set is a mutable. I'm converting that into what? Immutable. I can create a frozen set. I can create a frozen set using which one here? List. So I try to convert list into what here? Frozen set. So this order will not be the same. The order changes. Okay, because set is ordered or unordered, right? So insertion order will not be the same. So that changes from one insertion to another. So generally in application development, you are using a frozen set to represent sets of sets. Generally in application development, frozen sets are used to represent sets of sets. Now suppose I am representing one set. Inside the set, I want to represent another set, but I cannot write like this. If I am writing like this, it will give what? Error. Because inside the set, I cannot write the set. Inside the set, I cannot write the set. Then I have to write the inner set. I have to write inner set as which set here? Frozen set. So I'm creating a frozen set with 1 comma 6. Now this is one set. And I'm writing frozen set 10 comma 60 comma say 10. Okay, range of, okay, range of 10 comma 60 comma 10. So here I try to create a set, and inside the set I try to define how many sets here? 2 sets. But these 2 sets are represented as what? Frozen sets. Okay, but I cannot write directly. Now You can say print SS6. Now SS6 is having how many sets here? Two sets. Now this is one set and this is what here? Another set. So sets of sets, sets of sets. Okay, sets of set or set of sets are defined by using which one here? Frozen set. Okay. Now inside this S6 is a set. This is actually set. And inside this set, how many sets are there here? Two sets. Now this is one set and this is what here? Another set. And you can read. Okay. Now from set, you can read another set by saying for S in, for S in what is it? S is 6. Then each time I'm reading one set from the S6. And how many sets are there in the set? Two sets. If you want to read the elements for S in S6, so from S6 set, you are reading each time one set. Now, what is the first set in the S6 here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So from this set, I want to read the values. Okay, for S in S6, and from this set, I want to read the values. Yes, and then print what is that? Values. So from each set, I'm trying to print what here? Values. Now you can see the first one is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These are the elements of set 1, inner set 1, and these are the elements of what? Inner set 2. So these are nested for loop. So the outer for loop is reading each time one set, and inner for loop is reading each value from the set. Outer for loop is reading each time one set, and inner for loop is reading each value from the set. Outer for loop is reading each time one set, and inner for loop is reading each value from the set. Now you are reading each value from the set, and these are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 elements of first set, and these are the elements of second set. Okay. So this is how you are trying to read the values. So this is a main usage of frozen set to represent a sets inside the sets. To represent sets inside the sets, you are trying to use which one? Frozen set. This is a main advantage of using frozen sets. Okay, sets of sets are defined by using frozen set. But apart from that, there's no other things which you can do it by using which one? Frozen set, right? So frozen set, you are creating a frozen set using range. You are creating a frozen set using which one? Range. But you can create a frozen set by using different iterables. You can create a frozen set using set. You can create a frozen set using a set. You can create a frozen set using a range. You can create a frozen set using what? List. But frozen set is immutable. You cannot do any changes. But if I want to do changes in frozen set, you have to convert frozen set into what? Set. If you want to do any changes, for example, I created frozen set. Frozen set 1 equal to frozen set. Now frozen set is immutable. I want to add some elements in this frozen set. How can I add the elements in frozen set? You have to convert this frozen set into which one? Set. So that is nothing but converting immutable set to what? Mutable set. Converting immutable set to mutable set. After converting, you'll try to perform operations. S1 dot add, S2 dot add. Now here you're trying to add the elements inside what? Set. Now again you can convert this frozen, set into again which one? Frozen set by saying frozen set of which one? S1. So that is from mutable to what? Immutable. So mutable to immutable, and suppose list tuple is there. Tuple is which one? Immutable. Tuple is immutable. You cannot perform any addition, deletion operations in what? Tuple. If you want to add any values into a tuple, then what do? You convert tuple into list and then perform all the operations and then convert again list into what? Tuple, right? So if you want to do any mutable operations on immutable collections, convert immutable collections into what? Mutable. Like tuple, you have to convert into list. Okay, frozen set, you have to convert into what? Set. And if you want to make mutable as immutable, then convert list into tuple. Convert set into what? Frozen set, so that you cannot perform any mutable operations. Means you cannot perform operations like adding, updating, deleting. So all these operations you cannot do it. But what is the main advantage of frozen set? The main advantage of frozen set is, okay, defining set inside what? Set. But when you're writing a set inside a set, the inner set must be of which type here? Frozen set. Okay, right? Now this is about frozen set. Let us see one more collection, which is very important here. But before that, now there is one more thing. Set comprehension. Set comprehension is it? Now we have seen list comprehension. Okay, like that. You can also create a set using which one? Set comprehension. List comprehension is there, and one more is what? Set comprehension is there. So comprehension is another way of creating which one? List, set, and dictionaries. List, set, and dictionaries, that is done by using which operation here? Comprehension. So comprehensions also called as which one? Displays. Comprehensions also called as a displays. Now set comprehension allows to create set using what is that? For loop and which one? If condition or if test. I think we have seen list comprehension. The way how we are working with the list comprehension, in the same way you are working with what? Set comprehension. So what is the syntax? What is the syntax? You have a multiple syntaxes. Now this is a value or expression. Value or expression for variable in what is that here? Iterable. And this is another syntax called syntax to, okay, value or expression for variable in iterable, and it followed by in iterable, it followed by which one? Test. So this is what we have seen in the list comprehension. The way how you are doing in list comprehension, in the same way you are doing in which comprehension? Set comprehension. So value or expression for variable in iterable, value or expression for variable in iterable, if followed by which one here? Test. If the test condition is true, it evaluates the expression. If the test condition is false, it doesn't evaluate what? Expression. So value or expression for variable in what you are saying here? Iterable. For variable in iterable means, for example, you want to create a set of, see, already we have seen this in list, but we are just writing in sets also. Suppose write a program to read some n, okay, suppose write n email addresses, okay, n email addresses, and store them in set. Okay, store them in what is that? Set. Because set doesn't allows what? Duplicates. Now when I read email addresses, I don't want two emails with the same should be added. Because of that, I'm trying to add that email addresses into what? Set. So set of emails, set of phone numbers, set of emails, set of phone numbers, because always set is having distinct values, right? So write a program to read n email addresses and store them in what here? Set. Now I try to create I try to input the value of n. Integer of input. Enter how many email IDs? How many email IDs here? Now you want to read how many email IDs? Then after that, suppose without a comprehension, if the comprehension is not there, how you write it? You'll say for in range of n. If I say for in range of n, this for loop is executed how many times? N times. If the value of n is 10, this for loop is executed how many times? 10 times. If the value of n is 5, this for loop is executed how many times? 5 times. Okay. So here I try to create one set. What is the set here? Email set. And this is empty set. But you cannot create empty set using curly braces. Empty curly braces, you cannot use it because empty curly braces doesn't represent sets. Empty curly braces represents what? Dictionary. Empty curly braces represents what? Dictionary, because curly braces also used for representing what? Dictionary. Okay. So after that, you are reading email ID. Okay, you are reading email ID, email. Okay, you are saying input, enter email. Okay, enter email. Okay, and this email you are adding to what? Email set. Email set dot add email. Email set dot add email, and after that I'm printing email IDs. So that is nothing but email set. After that I'm trying to display email set. I'm trying to display email set. Now, once you run this, now enter how many email IDs. I just write 3 email IDs. For example, some Naresh @naresh80.com, some Suresh @gmail.com, like this. Okay. Again, I enter naresh80.com. So how many emails will be added here? Only 2. Why? Because we try to add this email ID how many times? 2 times. Then how many times it will be added? Only 1 time. But this is a code which you have to write it for adding values into what? Set. For creating a set by adding the values. Now with the comprehension, okay, with the comprehension, this makes it very easy. Now what I'm doing is I'm trying to say email set equal to input. So what I'm writing, input, enter email ID. Enter email ID for in range of what? N. So you are trying to write everything. You are trying to write everything inside curly braces. Okay. Everything you are writing inside what? Curly braces. Now this you can call it as which one? Comprehension. Because already I said in the list. Okay. So this is a for loop. And inside this for loop, how many statements are there? One statement. Inside this for loop, this is a for loop. This for loop is executed how many times? N times. And every time it will read one email ID and it will put that email ID inside what? Set. Inside the set. Now only one statement. Enter how many email IDs? 3. I'll just write here. Some Naresh @naresh80.com and Suresh some gmail.com, right? And again, I'm trying to enter Naresh some naresh80.com. So again, it's asking enter email because we are trying to create how many times? 2 times. Okay. Now Suresh some gmail.com and Naresh some naresh80.com. What is it? Creation of this both are same or different? Same. But here we write in how many statements? Multiple statements. 1, 2, 3, 4. How many statements we have written here? 4 statements. For creating a set with how many emails? N emails. But here is written in how many statements? In this case, it is written in how many statements? Only 1 statement. So comprehension makes it write the code easily. It is one of the elegant way of creating what here sets. It is one of the easiest way of creating set. Now that is done that is done by using which one here? Comprehension. That is done that is done by using which one? Comprehension. Right? So comprehension is having two syntaxes. One is without filter and one more is with the filter. Comprehension is having two syntaxes. One is without filter and one more is with filter. So filter is nothing but you are trying to verify one condition. You are trying to check one condition or you are trying to verify one condition, and that you can call it as which one? Filter. You are trying to check one condition. So that is called as which one here? Filter. Now, for example, I want to create a set. I want to create a set. Now there is a set 1. Now create a set with n numbers. Okay, assume that there is a set, already there is one set. Okay, assume that there is a set 1 and set 1 is created with the values from 1 to the values from 1 to 50. Set 1 is created with values from 1 to 50. Set 1 is created with the values from 1 to 50. Now this is a set having how many values here? 50 values. Now what I want is I want to filter all the even numbers and put inside set 2. Then what I'm saying is value. I want to put some value. I want to add one value inside the set. I want to add one value inside the set. Okay. For value in set 1. Now this for loop, what this for loop is doing, this for loop each time it is reading one value from the set 1. What this for loop is doing, this for loop is reading each time one value from set 1, and after reading the value it is trying to verify is it that value is even number or not. So every time I'm reading one value from the set 1, if the value is even, then you are adding that value inside what? Set. Now I want to filter odd numbers. Now this is what we have seen already. Value for value in set 1. For value in set 1, if value mod, okay, 2 is not equal to 0. Now I'm trying to separate. What I'm doing, I'm trying to separate even numbers. I'm trying to separate which numbers? Even numbers as well as odd numbers. Now this is a set having which numbers? Even numbers. And this is a set having which numbers? Odd numbers. This is a set having even numbers. And this is a set having which numbers? Odd numbers. Okay. But for that, I try to use which one? If. If is nothing but filtering. Okay. If you want to filter the data while creating the set, if you want to filter the data while creating the set, now you are trying to filter the data while creating a set by using which condition? If condition. Now you can write if condition itself inside what? Curly braces. You can write the if condition inside what here? Curly braces. Now this is another way of creating the set. Now you are trying to create a set by using which one? Set comprehension. So set comprehension allows to create a set using for loop and what? If condition. Like the way how you created list comprehensions, in the same way you can also create which comprehension? Set comprehension allows to create a set using for loop and which condition? If condition, right? Then next is, now there is one more important collection you have here. There is one more important collection you have here. and that collection is, that is what, that is called as, which one here? Dictionary. The same thing is called which collection? Mapping collection. So dictionary or mapping collection. Now these are two important things, like list and one more is a dictionary. List and dictionaries, these both are very important in Python application development. List and list and dictionaries, these both are very important in application development. Like any Python application, like you are working with data science, you are working with Django or Flask. If you are working with any Python related applications, two data structures you'll use frequently. One is a list and one more is what? Dictionary. So this dictionary is called as which collection here? Mapping collection. Dictionary is called as a map collection or mapping collection. So just if you see this collections here, so there is a list. So there is a collection called which one? List. Now list is which collection here? Index based. Okay, list is which collection here? Index based. So every element in list is identified with what? Index. Every element in the list is identified with the index. Now these are the values inside the list. So first value is 10, second value is 20. First value is 10, second value is 20, third value is 30, and there is a value 40, and there is one more value which is called as what? 50. And now each value is identified with what? Index. If you want to read and if you want to write, you'll try to read and write by using which one? Index. You can read and write by using which one? Index. So you'll say list of 0, list of 1, list of 2, list of 3, list of 4. So list is a sequence data type. Okay, list is a sequence where the elements are organized in what? Sequential order. But when it comes to the set, set is a non-sequence. Set is which one here? Non-sequence. Now when you are saying it is a non-sequence, the order of set is not same. The order of set is not same. The set organize the elements by using which data structure? Hashing data structure. It is not ordered collection. It is not ordered collection. It is which collection? Unordered. Unordered collection. So you cannot read and write it using which one? Index. It is non-sequence or non-index based. It is non-sequence or non-index based. Can I read a specific value from the set? Can I read the specific value from the set? No, because it is a sequence or non-sequence, non-sequence. I cannot read the specific value from the set. I can read the specific value from the set because I'll be knowing what here? Index. I know the position, right? Using the position, I can read a specific value from what? List. But here I don't know the position, right? So I cannot read a specific value from what? Set. Because it is a non-index based. So the values are not identified with what? Indexes. But here values are identified with what? Indexes. So I can read a specific value from the list, but I cannot read the specific value from what? Set. But there is one more collection which is mapping. This is called as which collection here? Map collection. So this is a map collection or the same thing. You are saying it as which type here? Dictionary. So what will happen in dictionary is, in dictionary, the data in the dictionary, the name itself, right? If you're talking about dictionary contain two things. One is a dictionary is having two things. One is a key and one more is what? Value. So every value in the dictionary is identified with what? Key. And this key is user defined. This key is what? User defined. Every value in dictionary is identified with what? Key. Means dictionary is a collection of items and each item is one pair. Okay, dictionary is a collection of what? Items and each item is one pair which contain the key as well as what? Value. But list is having only values. Set is having only values, but dictionary is having key and values. Dictionary is having key and value. Every value is identified with what? Key. Or every value is mapped with what? Key. It means reading and writing is done by using what? Key. For example, I want to represent employee dictionary. So what employee is having? Employee is having employee number. Employee is having employee number. What employee is having? Employee is having employee name. What employee is having? What employee is having is job, and employees also have what is that here? Salary. So the value of employee number is 101. The name of the employee is some Naresh. Okay, job of the employee is some CEO, and the salary of some employee. Now this is a salary of the employee, right? This is a salary of which one? Employee. Right now I can read. Suppose I want to know the employee number. How can I read the employee number? By using employee number. How can I read the job? By using which one? Job. How can I read the salary of the employee using sal? How can I read the name of the employee using e-name? Suppose if I want the same thing, if I want to represent in list, I want to represent same thing in the list. Then how can I represent in list? Is it list is having only values or not? Yes. So what is the list contain? Now suppose this is employee number and this is a name of the employee. This is a job of the employee. Okay, and this is salary of the employee. This is a number, employee number. This is employee name. This is a job and this is what here? Salary. If I want to read employee number, how can I read employee number? Using index. Because list is which one? Index based. How can I read the employee name using what? Index. How can I read the job by using what? Index. How can I read the salary by using what? Index. But when it comes to the dictionary not only contain the data, the dictionary not only contain the data, it is also contain which one? Metadata. It is not only having a data, it is also having which one? Metadata. This is called as which one here? Data. So data, which this is called as a data. 101 Naresh CEO and this is called as which one? Data. And you are trying to describe this data by using which one? Metadata. So metadata is nothing but data about data. Now what is 101? 101 is nothing but employee number. What is Naresh? Naresh is what here? Employee name. What is CEO is nothing but which one? Job. Means each, now generally you'll say a dictionary represents one record. In database, database is having fields, right? And each field is having a value, either one value or more than one value. So employee number is a field, employee name is a field, job is a field, and salary is one field. So what is the value of employee number field? 101. What is the value of employee name field? Naresh. What is the value of job field? CEO. Like that. Means every value is identified with one field. But here you don't call it as field, but you call it as which one? Key. Ring honor. So sequence, non-sequence, and one more is a mapping. Mappings are which collections? Key base. Mappings are which collections here? Key base, where a value is each key is mapped with either one or more than one value. Each key is mapped with one or more than one value. Now you have to remember this. Now these are different collections you have. Now what is dictionary here? What is dictionary? Now the question is what is dictionary? So dictionary is a collection or iterable. Dictionary is a collection or iterable. So all collections are iterables because it allows to read individually items. It allows to read individually items. It allows to read individually items. Individual items. Okay, individual items, right? So dictionary is a collection of which one here? Items. And each item, dictionary is a collection of items. Each item in dictionary, each item in each item in dictionary is having some pair of values. Okay, pair of values. One is a key and one more is which one? Value. So every value is identified with, every value is identified with what? Key. So one key is mapped with, one key is mapped with zero or more values. So one key is mapped with, so this employee number is a field or key. This can have multiple values. You can say one field, one column. This is column name. What is the column name? Employee number. So this column can contain multiple values or not? Yes. Employee name is one column. Suppose if you take MS Excel, this is how data science people will think. If you take MS Excel, what is the key? Employee number. What is the key? Employee name. What is the key? Salary. Now this key is having how many values? 5 values. Okay, now if you see this is a dictionary, employee number is a key, having how many values? 5 values. Employee name is a key and having how many values? 5 values. Okay, and salary is a key and having how many values? 5 values. If you take MS Excel, in MS Excel each column values. Each column is called as values, but column heading is what? Key. Each column is values and column heading is what? Key. Okay. Yes. So here employee number is a key. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is what? Values. And employee name is a key. And some names are what? Values. So one key is mapped with zero or more values. Zero or more values. And dictionary doesn't allows duplicate keys. Dictionary doesn't allows what? Duplicate keys. So keys must be distinct, means you cannot add two keys with the same value, right? So dictionary doesn't allows duplicate keys, but allows what? Duplicate, duplicate values. Dictionary doesn't allow duplicate keys. Same thing. For example, if you are working with database, you cannot write two fields with the same name. While creating a database, you create a database. Okay, student database you create with the fields like roll number, name, course. If you create another field with the same roll number, then what will happen? It gives an error or not? Yes. So generally you cannot have two fields with the same name. You cannot have two fields with the same name. In the same way, you cannot have two keys with the same values, right? So dictionary doesn't allows duplicate keys. Dictionary doesn't allows what? Duplicate keys, but it allows what? Duplicate values. So keys are hashables. It means Keys are which type here? Hashable types. Now, whatever key, whichever object you are writing it as a key, that object must be what? Hashable type. Whichever object you are writing in the dictionary as a key, so that object must be which type? Hashable type. Okay, whichever object you are adding inside the dictionary as a key, that must be what? Hashables. So keys are which types here? Hashable types. Keys are which types here? Hashable types. Okay, only hashable objects you can represent it as what? Keys. Only hashable objects represented it as a keys. Now, if you see, according to Python definition, if you see Python definition of dictionary, this is a Python definition here. So a mapping object, yeah, if you see this one, a mapping object maps hashable values to the arbitrary objects. A mapping object which maps so a mapping object which maps, yes, a mapping object which maps. So just try to understand this. A mapping object maps hashable values to arbitrary objects. A mapping object maps hashable values to the arbitrary objects. Arbitrary objects and mappings are mutable objects. It means dictionary is mutable or immutable? Mutable. And there is currently only one standard mapping type. And what is that? Dictionary. There are two types of list. One is a list and one more is what? Tuple. So list is a mutable and tuple is a immutable. And there are two types of sets. One is set and one more is what? Proson set. But how many types of mappings are there? Only one type. And that is called as which one? Dictionaries. So for other containers, see the built-in like list, set, tuple classes. Yes. By this one. So there is currently only one standard mapping type. And what is that standard mapping type here? Dictionary. Dictionary. Only one type is there, and that is dictionaries. So dictionaries are very much useful for data science, data analysis. Okay. And it is also used in, like I said, no web development or any. If you want to store the values as a key and values pair, then you will try to use which one? Mappings. So this dictionaries are very, very important. Okay, list and dictionary, this both are very much useful in application development. List dictionaries. Okay, so remember this list and dictionaries. Now dictionary class, what is the name of the class? Dictionary class or type is used for representing which object? Dictionary object. How you are representing a dictionary object? You are representing a dictionary object using which class? Dictionary class. You are representing a dictionary object using which class? Dictionary class. That represent which object here? Dictionary object. Dictionary class or type is used for representing which object? Dictionary object. Right? Yes. How to create a dictionary? How to create what? Dictionary. There are different ways of creating a dictionary. One is you can create a dictionary by using empty dictionary. Empty dictionary is created, okay, using empty curly braces. So this is empty. So empty curly brackets or curly braces, right? Now this will represent which one here? Empty dictionary. But actually these curly brackets or curly braces Also used for representing what? Set. But empty curly braces doesn't represent what? Set. Empty curly braces represent what? Dictionary. If you want to create an empty set, you have to use what? Set type. If you want to create an empty set, you have to use what? Set type. Suppose I'm trying to write some D1. D1 equal to this. Okay, now. Then I try to print D1, and D1 is which type here? Dictionary type. D1 is which type here? Dictionary type, because empty curly braces doesn't represents what? Set. Empty curly braces represents what? Dictionary. If you want to create empty set, you have to use which type here? Set type. Okay. Now this is empty set. This is empty set. But you cannot create empty set by using empty curly braces. Okay. Yes. Now this is creating empty dictionary. But you can also create a dictionary with the items. You can also create a dictionary with what? Items. Now creating dictionary. Now dictionary is created with items. Dictionary is created with what? Items. And each item is having key and what? Values. Now this key and values, okay, this key and values are separated. This key and value is separated using colon. This key and value is separated using what? Colon. So how you are writing it? Now if you see the syntax, this is a dictionary, and you are saying key, colon, what is that? Value. Comma, this is a key, and colon, which one? Value. This is a key, and this is colon, which one? Value. So here key and values are separated by using colon. Key and values are separated using what? Colon. I'm trying to write dictionary 2 equal to key. I can define the key. So key is a name, and value is a course. Key is a name and value is a course. Okay, now key is a name, and value is a course. Okay, key is a name, and value is a course. Now duplicate values are allowed, but duplicate keys are not allowed. Now you have to separate this with what? Colon. I should not separate with the comma here. You have to separate with what here? Colon. I said Rajesh colon, and what is this here? Java. And if you try to print dictionary 2, and what dictionary 2 is having? Key and value. And this is a key, and what is that? Value. And this is a key, and this is what again? Value. So dictionary is having pair of, one is a key, the other one is value, and this is a key and value. But duplicate keys are not allowed. So what will happen? Now the key is 1 and value is a 10. Key is a 1 and value is a 10. Key is a 2 and value is a 20. And key is a 3, value is a 30. And key is a 1, value is 100. Key is a 1, value is what here? 100. Okay. But is it key 1 is already exist or not? Yes. If the keys already exist, what will it do? It will replace this value with 100. So there is a key 1 with 10, right? And when you're trying to add again same key with a different value, it will update the existing item. It will update this 10 with what? 100. It will update this 10 with what? 100. If you are trying to print D3, and D3 is having 100, 200, and 3 what? 30. But actually we added 100, but later we added 1 and what? 110, but later we added 1 and 100. Is it this 110 is replaced with what here? 100. This 110 is updated with what here? 100. This 10 is updated with the value what here? 100. This 10 is updated with the value 100, right? So I try to print the dictionary 3 having 100 and 220 and 3 what? 30. Okay. In the same way, I said one key is mapped with more than one value. But how one key is mapped with more than one value? Suppose employee numbers. Now you try to represent this employee numbers as what here? List. Now if you take employee number is one column and this column is having how many values? 3 values. Okay, if you take employee number is one key, or employee number is a column, or employee number is a field, having how many values in this field? 3 values, comma, but you represent that as a list. Employee name, this is employee name and the list of names. These are the list of what? Names. Now one key is mapped with multiple values. One key One key is mapped with what here? Multiple values. One key is mapped with multiple values. If you want to map with multiple values, you have to represent value as another collection. You have to represent that value as another collection. So how many employee numbers are there? 3. How many employee names are there? 3. You have to represent that as another collection. Another collection. Now this is creating a dictionary. Now creating dictionary with the key and values. But here key and values are separated with what? Colon. Key and values are separated with the colon. Now you can create a dictionary. You can create a dictionary using dictionary comprehension. Okay. Now dictionary can be created using what is this? Dictionary comprehension. Now this I'll tell you again, right? Because once you're familiar with dictionaries, then you'll be knowing how to create it by using dictionary comprehension. What comprehension contain? For loop. Inside the curly braces, you can write what? For loop, as well as what? If condition. Now just now we have seen set comprehension, right? The way how you are creating a list using list comprehension, set comprehension, in the same way you can create a dictionary also using which comprehension? Dictionary comprehension. So dictionary can be created using what? Dictionary comprehension. And dictionary you can also create a dictionary by using dictionary type. Now 4 ways are there. Dictionary can be created using dictionary type. Dict type. What is the name of the type? Dict. Now it is having like this. What is this? Dict. DICT. Now this will create what? Empty dictionary. What this will create here? Empty dictionary. And there is a dictionary and it followed by which one? Iterable. Now this is converting existing iterables into what? Dictionary type. If you want to convert other iterables into a dictionary type, you will try to take the help of which function or type? Dict type. This will create empty dictionary and this will create a dictionary from what? Existing iterables. But this iterable must have what? Key and values. This iterable must represent pair, key and value. I want to convert list into dictionary, but list contain only values, right? Can you convert list into a dictionary? No. But if you want to convert list into a dictionary, that list should represent key and values. Each value should have how many values? 2 values. Within the list, how many values should be there? 2 values. One represent key and one represent what? Value. Then you can convert that list into what? Dictionary. But you cannot convert directly list into what? Dictionary. But list should contain what? Pair of values. List should contain pair of values. Then only you can convert that what do you call it as iterable into which type? Dictionary type. Otherwise, you cannot convert it. Now, empty dictionary, you can create it by using dictionary, DICT. So that is creating one empty dictionary, DICT. If I'm writing dictionary 1 equal to DICT, now this will create one empty dictionary. If I'm trying to say print D1, So this is empty dictionary. If I'm trying to say print type of D1, D1 is of which type? Empty. Now I want to create a dictionary by using list. For example, there is a list. List 1 is there. But generally list is having only values. But this list should contain the values which represent key and values. Then you represent that key and values as a nested list. You can represent that as a nested list, or you represent it as what? Tuples. So within the list, there is a tuple which represent key and value. Each tuple represent one item of which one? Dictionary. Each tuple represent one item of which one? Dictionary. So I'm trying to put how many values in the list here? 5 values. And each values of which type? Tuple type. And each tuple represent one item in what? Dictionary. Now this is a list. If you take this is a list, right? 110, 220, 330, 440, and 550. Now I want to convert this into what here? Dictionary. I can write dictionary of what? List 1. So then this is first item in the dictionary. This is a first item in the dictionary. And this is a second item in the dictionary. And this is a third item in the dictionary. And this is a fourth item in the dictionary. And this is a fifth item in the dictionary as a key and values. Now, if you see dictionary 2, 1 is a key and 10 is a value. And 2 is a key and 20 is a value. And 3 is a key and 30 is a value. 4 is a key and 40 is a value. And 5 is a key and 50 is what? Value. Now it is in the form of key and values. Suppose there is a list contain only values. So there is a list 2 having only values 100, 200, 300, 400, 500. Can I convert this list into dictionary? No, because this list contain only what? This list contain only what? Values, but dictionary required key and values. Then what you can do is you can iterate this. You can iterate this by using which one? Enumerate. What enumerate generates? What enumerate generates here? A tuple which contain the count as well as what? Value. So tuple which contain the count and value, here the count is taken as what? Key, and value of the list is taken as what? Values. Now what you can say is dictionary 3 equal to dictionary of which one? Enumerate. Now then what will happen? Dictionary 3 contains 0, 100. This is creating dictionary using which one? Enumerate. So enumerate, iterate the values from what? List 2. So what is the first value in the list 2? 100. But enumerate written only value? No. It written value along with what? Count. The count start from where? 0. 0 is a key and 100 is a value. 1 is a key and 200 is a value. 2 is a key and 300 is a value. 3 is a key and 400 is a value. Okay, suppose if you want to convert, if you want to convert the list into a dictionary, because list is having only values, you cannot convert list into what? Dictionary. If you want to convert list into a dictionary, the list must have pair of values. The list must have what? Pair of values which represent key and values, which represent keys and values here. Now this is creating empty dictionary. So this is done by using which type here? Dictionary type. Now you can convert other dictionaries into, yes, you can convert or you can construct one dictionary from existing dictionary also. You can construct one dictionary from existing dictionary also. You can construct one dictionary from existing dictionary also. But how can you convert a dictionary from existing dictionary? Suppose there is already one dictionary. Dictionary 1 is there with 1 and 100, 2 and 200. Applications will see, and 3 and 300. Now can I create a copy of this dictionary by using which type? Dictionary type. Now this is creating a dictionary from existing dictionary. Now these are the elements of dictionary 1 and these are the elements of what? Dictionary 2. which consists of key and what? Key and values. Now this is constructing a this is nothing but constructing the dictionary from dictionary 1, creating dictionary 1, 2 by using which one here? Dictionary 1. Creating dictionary 2 using dictionary 1. But there are different approaches of creating dictionary. There are different approaches of creating dictionary. Okay, there are different approaches. Yeah, I'll tell you. Okay, I'll tell you how to convert nested list into what? Dictionaries, or two list into dictionaries. We'll see that. How to convert range into what? Dictionary, because range will generate only values, but dictionary is having key and values. How to convert string into dictionary? We'll see all these things. But anyway, tomorrow I'll tell you how to work with this dictionaries. And even we'll see the differences between list set and what? Dictionaries, right? Yeah, we'll see tomorrow that. Today we'll stop it here and tomorrow we will continue this, right? Thank you.